because I wanted to talk about today, referring to my experiences now that I'm perceived as a woman, the way people treat me differently, and the way my relationships have changed with other people. The first experience I wanted to talk about, which I found really interesting, relates to a video I saw on YouTube a while back. I'm going to try and post this video as a reply to that video, if I can find it. In that video, a trans man, so a female to male transsexual, was talking about how people treated him differently now that he was perceived as male. And he mentioned how people treated him much less gently than before. And he said, his words were, I think, I no longer have this handle with care label on me, and how men treated him much more jocularly, in a more playful way. And that resonated because I can see the same difference, but from the other way round, that now people treat me less playfully and more carefully. And the interesting thing I noticed was this trans boy, this trans man, was talking about it in a way that he was kind of a bit disparaging about the way men treat women, or I got that vibe anyway, and I can understand it because I'm sure he did not enjoy being treated in that way when he was seen as a woman. I didn't enjoy being treated with this handle with care label, so to speak. But, you know, it sounds a bit disparaging the way he says it, handle with care label. And I can see how maybe there's a bit of feminist sentiment in there, that like maybe women should not be treated in this way, like they're weak. But the thing is, now that people do treat me in this more careful way, I really enjoy it. I really much prefer being treated in this way. And I have to say, I really hated being treated in the old way, when people saw me as a man and treated me as a man. I really hated having to feel obliged to take part in this male-to-male interaction. And you know how male-to-male interaction is about kind of testing each other, kind of poking each other, pushing each other a little bit to see how they react. The right way to react is to kind of push back, and it's kind of a way of feeling each other's strength. And I think that's a natural thing, and I think that's fine. But when I was kind of obliged to take part in this, I always reacted wrong, because I kind of reacted hurt, and that just you know, people said, you know, you're not reacting right. You should just poke back, push back. But it didn't work for me, because it just didn't come naturally, and I didn't want to be treated like that. So now I'm treated as a woman, and I enjoy it so much more to be treated in this way, where people treat me more carefully, and they assume that I want to be treated gently. Maybe they'll carry bags for me if they look heavy, or you know, just in general treat me more gently, and I like that a lot. And, you know, I don't see any reason to take an issue with that. Like, perhaps some feminists will get grumpy about it. It's like, you know, you have to not treat women like they're weak, but it's not like I want to be treated like I'm weak, but I just don't want to have to take out my strength all the time. I want to be able to relax a little and let other people take care of me just a little bit more, not that much more, just in general, almost like a symbolic way. I want to feel more taken care of. So that's just one thing, one way I can see I'm treated differently now. And I like that much more. treated differently that I don't like so much is the way I'm approached in public by men who are interested in something with me. And I know a lot of men say to women, why do you have taken issue with that? You should be flattered. And to be balanced, yeah, that's flattering. It's flattering both because people see me as a woman, and both also because they see me as attractive, or at least seem to. That's flattering. But on the other hand, it is invasive, and sometimes it's a bit scary. Scary because I have been sexually harassed once, a couple of times felt slightly disrespected, and nowadays I'm starting to learn to distrust men more. In a way I never distrusted them as a man because I didn't have reason to. But now I see men in general, if I don't know them, I see them as a potential harasser or, you know, or worse. I just did not see that when I was perceived as a man. And interactions with men have changed a lot in that way. I have more to write or talk about that. I feel that this is an aspect of women's life which is really not very well known by men. Because if you're not a woman, it seems that you just don't hear about it so much. Or maybe I just found some way of ignoring it or not making such a big deal about it. But in any way, I think there's something really off in our society, and that people should make a much bigger deal about it. I think the fact that women cannot feel safe on the streets is a big deal, and that needs to be changed. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got more to write about that, so I won't go on about it here. The third thing I wanted to talk about, which I found interesting, was how I can have platonic relationships much more easily with other women. I mentioned this in OpenCon, polyamory convention I went to. We did a little gender workshop. I talked about my perceptions. Now I've got this great perspective as having lived in both worlds. And some people found this really interesting, so I really want to get this out, seeing as people showed so much interest in it. And the perspective I've had now is that as a woman, I can get so much closer to other women. As a man, if I got close to women, it always ended up turning into sex. If I just hugged or caressed a woman because I wanted to be close and show affection to her, that either didn't happen because they were scared of it, because they saw that as sexual intent, or they let it happen, I suppose, because they wanted it to go further, and it always went further, and sometimes ended up having sex which didn't really need to happen, because I just wanted to show affection, and the relationship wasn't really worth exploring in that direction. So nowadays I have a lot more really close, really affectionate, intimate, platonic relationships with women. I'm really enjoying that. Really, really enjoying that. I think I always craved that, and I think a lot of my craving for romantic relationships were really cravings for just this intimacy, which didn't have to be expressed in a romantic way. It could have been expressed in an affectionate, intimate, but platonic way with other women, or with men. But of course men, they're so scared of getting close to other men, so scared of like people perceiving them as gay or whatever, or perhaps scared of actually being sexually attracted to another man, so one way or another they can't get close to men. So that's out. But at least being a woman with other women, I can get close to women in a platonic way, and I can still get close to them in a sexual way because I have a girlfriend, and I've been screwing about with a couple of other women in a sexual way, because I can be with women sexually and be with women in a really close platonic way, and other women know that I'm attracted to women sexually, but they still, they don't have a problem with me getting really close to them, or maybe being naked in the same room, me seeing their breasts, whatever. It's something which they wouldn't do with a man, but they would let me be in the same place with them, or as they're naked, or get close to them physically. And I think this ties into this last thing, that women are scared. They're scared of men, they're scared of how men might try and force them. So that's something just, that's weird about how men are being treated. Something I found interesting. Something I think could be interesting for people to be conscious about. I guess men could work on showing how they can be someone women can be safe with, perhaps, and maybe they can work on getting close to other men without there being this homophobic rejection of intimacy with other men. I think we all need a lot more platonic intimacy. That's something which I think we can take away from this experience. So, thanks for watching. I'm really excited about getting up another video. I'll get another one up soon, I guess, and if not, well, I'll still be writing, so check out my website, keep watching for updates, and thanks a lot.